Thank you for tuning in to the B&RS Show.
So we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with another one here on the B&RS Show. Back! And this one is something I sent you from WorldStar. I haven't checked WorldStar in a while, but when I checked WorldStar this week, putting topics together, it was one of the first videos I saw early this week, or I should say last week.
I saw it before you sent it to me. But when you sent it to me, I knew it would be a topic.
You almost didn't remember what I was even talking about just now, so that's shocking in itself. So,
no, we're talking about the girl that.
Nah, when I was trying to tell you the video, the topic was about. You looked a little like, nigga, what are you talking about? So it's shocking me that you're saying you saw it beforehand, but it's neither here nor there. The video on, I'm about to say IG. The video on WorldStar of the girl. She seemed like she was sitting there talking to another gentleman, a young lady. And she was showing all her blocked accounts on IG, and she's showing him like other guys. She's like, "Yo, these are all like my ex," and she's like, "These are all the accounts I've blocked from him." And it was bananas because they were some of them
disturbing.
Were like, "Yo, please open, please read message, please I need you, please
please unblock me."
Like those weren't the messages. Those were the usernames.
Like he added more on the description too.
The description, like just specifically for her. Like, but the crazy, I don't want to say the crazier thing, but I will say the crazier thing. Or this is a crazier and the more disturbing aspect of this is in order to make an Instagram, you need a Facebook or an email account, and to make a Facebook, you at least need an email account. So either way, this motherfucker either have 150 plus Facebooks or 150 plus emails.
Listen, I don't do this, but I'm guilty of creating multiple email accounts.
You do it for Google Drive, for the cloud.
I do it for the cloud. I also do it for say free trials on software and shit.
That's different. When I did real estate, I had honest to God, I have a paper. I have 9 different fucking real estate accounts, bro. Maybe more.
Like I did it for the WWE network for a while.
Like when I was doing real estate, I had different ones. Like it was my name dot this dot in the middle, my name dot middle name dot first name dot at dot numbers, mix them.
Always switch them up.
Switch them around a different way. Dots, a couple numbers. The amount of and even some on most of them were Gmail, but when it came to all right, I'm gonna roll over to Yahoo and do this. It became a thing, but it was for real estate and mainly for Craigslist ads. And you need a fresh account if you get blocked or anything. You just need a fresh email, but then you need a phone number too. And it didn't work great with the web phones, so it wasn't that easy to do. But that was what I mainly had that many emails for. Another thing I'll say before we get into this, with fucko, I used to have a joke I said, and it was never trust a woman with more than one personal Facebook or Instagram. And she has 2 personal Facebooks, multiple personal Facebooks.
They're for her different lives.
And she not even that, but she's actively on. It's not even one that you'll know. It's 2021. She hasn't posted anything on since 2012, 2014. Where she's actively on them a few times a month, maybe not a super active one, but you'll see. And it's that's highly untrustworthy and even more so suspicious. It's even more so suspicious. But dude with 150 plus IG accounts is why we're getting into this. I think she wants to go in the room.
No, she can't. She can't go in the room. Fuck her.
Oh, is she in the bathroom?
Is she?
I don't know.
Open the door. No, she ain't in there. She's just being a bitch. Fuck her. But now she's trying to go in the bathroom.
Well, she can open the door.
She's as annoying as a dude with 150 IG accounts.
But a dude with 150 IGs, it was disturbing when she showed them, and it's that's the level of But that's something that people don't take into account when it comes into social media. I was gonna say it's a level of stalking.
It's beyond simping.
It's not. That's not even simping. That's true. You don't watch
It's stalking, really.
It's stalking, but you don't watch Criminal Minds. But they in Criminal Minds, they always call them the unknown subject, and for short, they call them unsubs. That's very unsubbish behavior. If you like watch Criminal Minds, like this shit was crazy to see. But
why did he
what
think
level
that
of
wasn't
obsession-
gonna get screenshotted?
Not even screenshotted. Why do you think that's an okay tactic? 150 plus? I could understand. Like I've been guilty of this after a breakup, even after we've been broken up for a while. I haven't done this in years now, so I need to preface that with that. Before I was guilty of when I was single.
Preface that
of calling exes, even after a while, the ones I was good with, and we could have a decent, conversation. But I was guilty of that. Like I'd hit you up like drunk one in the middle of a drunken night and expect you to sit on the phone with me. I had that conversation with drunk dials, even friends like that were close. Like I drunk dial, and maybe it was pushing it, but my number was never blocked. If there was anyone who didn't pick up, I didn't keep calling like pick the fuck up. If you didn't pick up, it's like cool. If the next one didn't pick up, I was like cool. Just gonna keep drinking then. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that I've gone through a situation. I mean, there's been times, especially when I was younger, that during breakups I would overreact. But it was never like stalking overreacting. Like I would think, I was always an internal person. So when bad things happen to me, I just go into my shell. So it was more like just me shutting out the world, being extra emo, growing my hair, standing in corners, taking black and white pictures, doing the cliche things that people would do when they were
broken up.
When broken up.
I tried to avoid the cliche things. The most cliche thing I probably did was drink heavily, immediately following breakups. The occasional John Mayer quote. The occasional shit, the Mayer man, as I like to call him.
Yes. Shout out John Mayer.
And the occasional Mayer man quote. But those were the most cliche things I would do. Get with the right hand man, you or Vella, or Fucko didn't drink. So it was either you or Vella when I did go through these issues when there was drinking involved heavily. Back in my younger days, and no matter what, it never came to 150 IG accounts. I remember, my first ex from adulthood, how things went with her when she moved home to where she went for this short amount of time, when I thought, this is it. I'm talking 20, maybe 22. Talk 22-year-olds, so talking 12 years ago. And for her, she didn't tell me until, she was flying out the next day. And she came to see me at work. And it's like, how fair is this? And she didn't tell me she was leaving. She texted me after she left that she was moving back. And we had a talk. Like, I got off of work and I'm internalizing it. Like, I didn't go drinking. I had to be to work early the next day. And I didn't go drinking. Internalized it, and I called her when I got home. Like,
Discipline, man.
I had to get off the phone because my voice crack. I'm starting to cry, and then she's back 3 weeks later. But still, it never got to the point where, she unfriended me for a while. And we didn't talk for a bit. And it never got to the point where I looked for let me go grab somebody else's phone. Let me make a fake account. I've never thought to make a fake account to stalk a page.
I felt like it was a disrespect to my own ego. I've always had an ego.
You say ego, I'll tell you what I felt it was for me with doing that. It was a disrespect to my own time. You know how I feel about my time and doing what I want with my time.
That's you're basically padding ego. Everything that you're about to say right now is just you're dancing circles around the fact that you also have an ego, bro. Why can't you just admit that shit?
Nigga, I don't have your ego.
You don't have to have my ego. You have to have your ego
of who I know who I am and what I do, nigga. Everyone has an ego about who they are, what they do, and what they're good at. I know who I am, what I'm good at. I don't consider that ego as much as I consider confidence. And there's a big difference between ego and confidence. And what I consider what you're saying is is like I had to. Nigga, that shit is tough to take. Like a loss like that, and nigga at that age, nigga, I was young.
You ever been broken up with like through text?
Yep. My second adult girlfriend. Nigga, I woke up, nigga, to it, nigga. Like it didn't even go off and like wake me up. Like I didn't hear it, and I woke up maybe an hour later, and that's what I saw. And I guess the fact that I didn't even respond to that fast enough pissed her off even more. But yes, I've been broken up with through text.
Bro, let me
Like
just,
it was a long, like and it wasn't even it's not you, it's me. It was it is you thing. Like I need to, and it wasn't even like a bad you. It's just like you need to figure things out for yourself with life with shit.
I just remember getting this email one day from the girl that I thought I was gonna spend the rest of my life with.
I don't know who that is.
Oh,
I know. All right.
And she sent me this long email, and it was right around this time that my mom had won 2 Mets tickets from the Daily News. So they sent me and Joey. So me and Joey are at this is still Shay. So we at Shay, and I'm torn. I'm this young teen that's just his whole life was just destroyed, and I end up in the fucking hospital that night. Heart palpitations. And I said to myself,
I guess that you should let it burn.
I said to myself, you a bitch.
I'm not gonna lie, yo, I've cried. I hate to admit,
bitch ass dude, bro.
I hate to admit, I've cried over females. I don't think that feelings of that matter of the heart make you a bitch, bro. I'll be honest with you, and this is being really honest on air. When my second adult ex, you know who, the shorter one, when she, after our whole breakup, how that whole went, won't text me, how that whole went, when I saw, while we were still Facebook friends, and I was still Facebook friends with the guy because we all worked together, who she replaced me with. When I woke up one morning, nigga, and I saw they were engaged, the gut punch, nigga, like that was, when you talk about logging into Facebook, that was one of the worst Facebook moments ever for me. Seeing a couple people I know pass was pretty bad, but that was one of the biggest gut punches. I mean, if you've probably have you ever seen Due Date with Robert Downey and Zach Galifianakis? Where
Due Date?
Yeah, where he gets thrown off a plane and he has to rent a car, and they rent the last car and drive across the country together. It was a great movie. And there's a scene in it where this guy's Galifianakis buying and the kid's being a dick, and eventually Robert Downey Jr. punches a kid in the stomach like hard as shit. He's telling the kid stop it, and the kid's pulling his tie and like messing with his hand, like hitting him in the face, and he just like straight uppercuts him, like no warning, just comes out of nowhere, uppercuts him, the kid crumbles. That was me. I woke up that morning and Facebook uppercutted me and I crumbled right to the gut. And like knowing that gut punch, nigga, but I that night went out and came home and I don't remember what it was, nigga, and I just had this manic laugh and felt I can't remember what it was we talked about, and I had a manic laugh. And I tell people too, one thing, like knowing in those situations as I got older, there were things I knew I had to like that made me feel better. And breaking up, I told you I had my breakup movie as an adult that I'd always watch to make myself feel better, man. Forgetting Sarah Marshall with Mila Kunis, and
it didn't matter that they showed Jason Segel's fucking flappy dick.
I hate that I have to see his. You just made it weird. I see his flaccid penis
His
at
wango.
6'4", like full frontal noodle at the beginning and end of the movie.
Yo.
But it's still one of the better like romantic comedy films, and like it always made me feel better. It always made me feel like being Jade. like seeing Jason Segel up that and knowing like feeling like a guy, seeing like her jump, nigga, and that's any guy. And I'm, you know how many people have told, yo, watch that movie. Watch that movie. If you're in a bad, it'll make, if anything, it's gonna make you laugh hard as fuck. If you're in a bad spot, you just broke up, you'll think about shit, and it's gonna make you laugh at it instead of feel bad. You'll see what he's doing, what he's feeling sad. It's gonna make you laugh. Like honestly, when his doctor tells him to go out and fuck everything moving, in the first one they show, he starts crying right after he fucks her, and she's like, "No, actually, you've been really weird all night. I'm just gonna leave." Like,
I used to think that my breakup movie was 500 Days of Summer. You ever seen that?
Once. It's like a musical, right?
No.
It's
with Zoe Deschanel and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
No, I've definitely never seen that then.
And it just had a great soundtrack. Like I love the bands that they featured in that shit. But there was a while that I watched that movie because I went to go to the theaters to see that shit, and I was in the theater watching that movie with someone that I was in the process of breaking up with. So we're both watching this shit. Like, is this confirmation? Like, and even watching it back now is one of those movies that it kind of tugs at the heartstrings if you're going through the situation. But I think it's a fucking classic, bro. I think it's worth another watch.
I don't remember watching it, man, and I don't know, man.
I think you're experienced enough. I think at the time it wasn't interesting to you.
I need to pause you here.
I think
I told you.
I think
I'm not watching another suggestion of yours, or at this point, Brenner's, until y'all watch you watch Doctor Sleep. I'm not watching anything else.
Doctor Sleep.
We've discussed this already multiple times. I watched everything you've suggested, and you haven't watched Doctor Sleep yet. The sequel to The Shining. You haven't watched Doctor Sleep, and yo, like I told you. From that day on, this is totally unrelated to do with 150 IG accounts. And you know, some way, somehow, we really ran off the rails on a couple of these tonight. I said we were going to come back going off the rails. And
that's part of what we do.
We didn't go off the
So
rails.
people need to look at these titles. People need to look at these titles and say, that's not all they're talking about.
That's not all they're talking about. I mean, but here's the thing. When with movies, and I think about it too, man. There's some movies I'm glad that aren't tainted with that who I saw it with, like memory.
Is there any movies about people like this guy?
I don't know.
That had 150 IG accounts.
I think maybe if there was a new age, like if they remade Hitch, maybe. But that's
that's not a stalker movie.
Kinda, but not really. If you break down and dissect Hitch, what Hitch did was kind of creepy. What he was allowing those gentlemen
what he did was creepy, but
it wasn't stalker, but it bordered on it. It was a fine him figuring out these women, them setting them up in these perfect chances, not even chances, these perfect situations, occasions.
They didn't
manipulating these situations and occasions. There you go.
Did they give any real screen time to a man trying to get his ex back, or just someone trying to land some pussy?
It wasn't trying to. And see the thing, you have to get off of that salt landing pussy. They loved these women. They were infatuated with these women. I won't say love.
You know what I mean?
Infatuation.
Like,
we have to clean that up. I don't mean it like that, but we have to. In today's age, it wasn't just that. It wasn't that. That's what a lot of fucks would, and he wouldn't work with people like that. And that was the thing about Hitch. He was supposed to be better than that.
See, he wanted to Hitch now.
Nah, but I'm telling you, that was supposed to be his thing.
I'm giving you an abridged version of my analysis of the movie, and now you're preaching.
No, I'm not. I'm just, his thing was not helping someone who just wanted to fuck.
Of course, but you stay with good pussy.
Like,
it's like.
At some point, I think you're gonna remember you have a young daughter. Like with that, stay with good pussy, things like that. I don't know.
That's a life lesson. I'm married 9 years.
Don't just stop there. Stop there, nigga, and don't even do it. I'm gonna help you.
I already said everything I need to say. Like,
don't say anything else on that one. 150 IG accounts, though, my nigga, and I'm glad. I've never, And I want to know, son. Like, I honestly want to know.
See, that's why we
Like-
need to do these during the day.
Nah, I honestly want to know, nigga. It's control. I honestly want to know what possesses
You preach
a nigga.
a lot, bro.
What possesses someone?
You a preacher,
I won't
bro.
say I preach, nigga. Like, it's not that hard. Like,
you a real
I've been
preacher,
up all day
bro.
too, nigga. Like,
You a real
come on,
preacher,
I've been
bro.
up all day too. What am I preaching on?
You a preacher, bro.
So what am I preaching on? Tell me what I'm preaching on right now. How many? If you want, are we gonna go to this? How many beers in are you? Before we came in?
That
'Cause that's
doesn't
what you-
matter, bro.
Come on. So what am I preaching on?
That doesn't matter.
What am I preaching on? Being a little cleaner? Come on, man. We can do it a little better.
Bro, you just fought for our creative freedom, and now you're trying to limit mine.
No, I'm not. Just saying.
You just fought
There's
for
a-
this. I
there's a
just saw
certain
you
way to
fight for
say it.
this. You're not gonna shut me up,
I'm
bro.
not saying shut up, nigga. I'm never telling you shut up. There's a better way to say things. That's it.
There's always
And
a
I
better
agree
way
with
to
that.
say things. This is the third one. The third one that you've looked at me like this. Like you don't want me to say this shit. I'm gonna leave a recording, bro.
Nigga, do you really want to say something about where you were going there before I stopped you on this one? Go ahead and
Like,
say what you wanted to say.
It's always on your
Nigga,
terms, bro.
No, it's not on my terms, nigga. I don't want you to put something in your mouth and say something you're gonna regret that's gonna be out there forever.
Yeah, but you're telling me about my daughter. I
You
mean,
want your
I
want
love
your
you,
daughter
but
to hear you talking
I
about
love you,
good
but
pussy?
you can't.
But would you tell your
can't tell
daughter
me
to keep
nothing
a man
about my
have good
daughter,
pussy?
bro.
But what you're saying is to keep a relationship is good pussy. Keeps a man. So you're gonna tell your daughter in a relationship to keep that man is to have good pussy?
Bro, I have the best pussy. That's why I'm the happiest man. That's why with all the freedom that I have, it doesn't even fucking matter to me. So,
That's irrelevant to what was just said. Irrelevant to freedom. But what you said there is what I'm asking you is as a man with a young daughter, would that be what you would tell her to keep a relationship is have good pussy? Fuck better.
bro,
That's
this has
it.
a parental advisory on it. She's not even going to hear this shit till she's 18.
I understand that though. But is that
But I don't need
that
anybody to
something-
tell me that my daughter's going to hear this shit.
nah? I'm not saying she's gonna hear it. Is that still the message as a father? You went out and that's it. I'm not telling you what to say, nigga. Everything I preface with saying I have no kids. And also tell everyone who says it, I want no kids. I don't want kids. So I don't have to deal with that, nigga. I have to deal with like keeping up an image as that person.
That's my thing. I don't keep up an image. I'm myself. I'm myself, bro. I buried my dad, and when I was at his funeral, I saw 200 people that had no idea who the fuck he was. I promise you, when I die, everybody's gonna know who the fuck I am. For better or worse. I'm broadcasting this shit.
See,
And it's going out.
here's what I want you to
It's
realize.
going out.
When people hear someone say something like for better or worse than this, and this is why I hate society today. And this is why, did you hear what the Reading Rainbow nigga LeVar Burton said about cancel culture? And why he feels like cancel culture needs to stay. And it's not a thing, it needs to be renamed to consequence culture. And it's what we just said. There's
Reading
consequences
Rainbow
to
is.
everything. And like people say, like what people say when it comes to freedom of speech in this country, when it came down to a lot of shit, is that we have freedom of speech to say whatever the fuck we want, but there isn't freedom for consequences for saying those things. There isn't. There fucking isn't. We can say whatever we want, nigga. I don't care what you say, brother. I just don't want you to say something, nigga, that have consequences from some dumb shit, nigga, we said, nigga. Nigga, even, nigga, like you say, nigga, I listen back to everything and make sure I don't say anything crazy, nigga. And like you said, some of the shit you say I said, nigga, I haven't heard yet. And I've listened to everything that we have up right now. Except for the old drive shit from way back in the day. And even that's going to get a listen through because I need to cut up fucking shit out of that to put up. But like I said, nigga, I'm not telling you, nigga, I want you this raw, unfiltered, nigga. Pussy, we need better words, better things. That's it, brother. I know you have a bar higher than that. I know it's late.
Bro, no. I remember for my engagement, we didn't go on a honeymoon, but we went on like an engagement moon. And right before we got married, my brother took us to PA. And I remember this shit like it was yesterday, bro. I remember we were so happy that we was away from the city, that we had a great time in our room. And then she went to sleep. And I go to the next room. And I'm smoking a blunt with everybody. And they're like, hey, where's your wife? And the inappropriate guy in me that thought I was on the air, she's in the next room. She just got... And everybody in the room just gasped. Like, and then this one dude whose wife was there, he stood up. He was like, how the fuck could you say that about your wife? Like,
but honestly,
I said to myself, bro, I just said exactly what happened. But I said exactly what I felt.
Some people view that as something sacred and private. This is why I tell you, like, when it comes to certain people, proves, but you get mad when people...
Yeah, but those people check their fucking browser history.
Nah.
Check their browser history.
I'm not even talking about that. There's just certain things that people, they check their browser history, and then because they don't want people to see what the fuck they looked at. They don't want them to see their fucking kinks. And most of them don't understand the work incognito tabs. We've been through this. We have been through that subject on tabs.
But I'm somebody that I don't need to be incognito,
but listen
bro.
to me, just because you are doesn't mean everyone else is. And I've told you that. When you've told me, I remember that night we were here, and I can't remember what was happening. You said, yo, why do people act like I take it too far? Niggas treat me like I take shit too far. And what did I tell you? And you got upset at me. It's because maybe you have a tendency to take shit just a little bit too far. Just maybe. And like I've told you, and you... Maybe. Nigga, it's like niggas know. We all know what we do. We all know our tendencies. I get worked up over dumb shit. I get hot under the collar. I know. We all know, brother. There's nothing wrong with that.
You have anger issues.
I also want to ask you.
And I'm a degenerate.
No, I don't have anger issues. I will say I'll walk that back. I've gotten my anger issues under control. There are things that can push me, nigga. Here's the thing. You think you've seen me angry, nigga. You haven't seen me in situations in the last 10 years. And that's one thing I try to stress. You bring up that stupid shit at Highline, and like I said, nigga, I wouldn't have let me in that situation.
You do the same thing with me. I feel like you feel that you've seen me angry.
No.
And you've seen me bitch. No. You've seen me bitch about things.
Get hot about shit, and nigga, and you get hot and you're yelling at yourself, screaming, nigga. We've seen each other, nigga. I've seen you go all the way, nigga, like you say. And I'm telling you, nigga, from the shit you say, nigga, like, yo, far from it from with me. Yeah, niggas still get mad. Yeah, shit, like, well, you need to let this shit go. People walk by. When people do something stupid to me in the street, yeah, when I'm walking, I'm upset, still talking about it for about a minute. And then, all right, it's over now. Yeah, I'm still be upset for about 60 seconds. And I'm gonna let it go because I got another 60 seconds coming up. But that's the extent of it with me. Like, I don't let it drag on. Maybe if it's something when we're doing something, maybe a little bit throughout that day, but eventually it's over. Let go. And it's simple as that. And I want to ask you one thing. When you say shit like that, like what you said you smoked a blunt when the next one the guy got upset about you. When he got upset, you think he's a man who would have said something like that about his wife? And when he's looking at that, he's looking at, if you're saying that about your wife or fiance or whoever, there's niggas who can't process past. Nigga, how?
See, but let me pose my argument. And I was talking to B about this today. I grew up on Stern. I listen to Stern every morning. Why do you think I am the way that I am, bro? Like, I always was on some uncensored, I'm gonna say what I feel and feel what I say, and it's that's just who I am, bro. Like,
what's my favorite word in the English dictionary?
Well, I'm not gonna say it.
Fuck, nigga, the F-bomb. And how many times do I get in trouble for dropping F-bombs everywhere?
I thought it was gonna be the C word.
What? See you next Tuesday?
Yeah.
Nah. F-bomb. F-bomb's my favorite fucking word in the dictionary. And I tell people all the time, people get so offended by the word fuck because of how interchangeable it could be fucking used anywhere. And I tell people also, I don't ever use the word fuck freely and just drop it for the fuck of it. I drop it with some sort of instance and with a ramification behind it. And
Yeah, but you're talking about words.
but in the same sense, I want you to use that. People get super offended by my usage of the word fuck. I'm off, and I swear. As intelligent as they feel I talk, they say you swear like that and you make yourself seem intelligent. Just that and the third. A lot of people work, a lot of places you not with me tell me that just because this is the way I talk. I swear when I talk. I swear when I talk. I've gotten to the point now where I've stopped saying nigga as much when I talk around white folk because I see it offends them.
I haven't wrote that word in any song that I've put out since I opened the label. And I've worked very hard at that because it's been a part of my vernacular.
Now, honest to God, and that's something we've discussed with that got us jammed up one time, and that happened in like it wasn't your fault, nigga, but like you grew up in Brooklyn, it's said, and some people don't get like you weren't with people who checked you on it when you were younger, so when you were checked at one time, you still didn't think it was a thing, and you said it again. And
no, I knew it was a thing at that time. I think I got embarrassed that I did that.
Yeah, just apologize. Like my bad. Like when people you say something, if you like with us with misgendering someone at work, man, we catch ourselves real fast, and it's like my apologies.
You're around people all the time that don't take offense, and then you meet the one person that you don't really meet. You're just on a phone call, and
but even like I don't like. But that's the thing when I tell you I pick and choose my words. I know I pick and choose my words. Like I'll put it to you like this. I was playing baseball online earlier, no headset, no nothing, and I struck out, bases loaded, and I screamed at the top of my fucking lungs. Top of my fucking lungs, in my room. No microphone or nothing. I had to remind myself. And even when me and Lorenzo were playing for the test this week, and I had to remind him, yo, whenever we do this, we have to remember the things we normally say playing each other. We can't. We have to clean it up some way, somehow. And it's just knowing that, bro. And like, yo, like everyone, like, yeah, like what you say raw, uncensored. I'm raw, uncensored. I know everyone's not comfortable with that. And I just, with people that I feel like maybe might be prudes, I just don't speak around them. I don't even speak little bits of shit because you don't even know the little bits that offend people. But I simply, there's no, like, you just have to realize everyone isn't for 100. Like, nigga, you don't leave a chance for grinding up. You go straight to the top. This is like build up with you straight to the top.
This is the risk that we take when we don't do shows with notes. If you have a free-flowing conversation and the drinks are flowing and the weed is flowing and everybody's chilling, bro, what the fuck do you think is gonna, like, we're blessed. We're blessed.
Listen to me. You know what I mean, but you're upset. You're saying you're preaching. This is what we got here with this whole preaching shit. You know what I mean, nigga, and you know. Well, I'm telling you the words that I don't even say no words, just, not even flag the words, just the words that are gonna make people cringe and why? And it's like skip next one, just the cringe words, not even no words. We'll call them cringe words. I don't want to call them no-nos because niggas say them. There's no words I feel that we shouldn't say, except for maybe the one I put my hand over the microphone for. Anything disparaging to that community are the ones we'll put in that bubble, and we know the ones we shouldn't say. The only other thing, nigga, is just make them. I got that. Though.
Say, I just, it's taboo.
It's what you said, because it's what you said in the last one. It's what I said, and this is eye opening to me. You said you didn't want to do this, and you're only doing this for me. Is I told you when we saw that bump, and like
no.
Like, listen,
I didn't say that I don't want to do this, and I'm doing this for you.
You said
I said that I'm doing this because of you.
Because of me.
Because of the same reason that when Special T come here, he put in the work, you put in your work. And if I didn't believe in you as a personality, as an artist, then I wouldn't include you in, bro, like my artist situation, this is a life and death situation. Like if we don't increase our financial class, then we're going to the slaughterhouse, bro. It's as simple as that. Like we see where the arrows are pointing. And that's how I treat every day. This is not some fucking entertainment shit that I'm trying to get my rocks off on, bro. I know that this is going to bring me the maximum value because I've spent 20 years of my life learning this business. So now that I'm here, I'm doing everything in my fucking power to increase my financial gain, bro. So that when shit really does hit the fan, we're in a position to survive. And until that shit happens, bro, I'm not satisfied, bro. I'm probably never going to be satisfied. But this shit is not entertainment for me no more. I don't take pleasure in doing this shit anymore. I do this shit because I'm good at it. Because I spent 20 years doing this shit. I spent 20 years in front of a camera and speaking into a mic, giving speeches on stage. I've always been that dude. So if I don't use that skill set to increase my family's value right now and the people around me, then I'm as good as dead, bro. That's why I do this shit. So it's not about that I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this because of you, bro. Because that's you next to me, and I believe in you, bro. And every time that you show up and you do your shit, I fucking believe in you more, bro.
I need you to realize one thing you just said is you need a financial gain, all that. That's what you're chasing here. And you just
that's survival.
You prove part of my point with that. I'm not even saying from the last one. You prove with your last thing here. I want you to listen to what I said then in this last 90 seconds of you talking here.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about service oriented, bro. I'm not gonna be providing services and save money. I'm not in that game, bro. I don't operate like that. I'm an artist full time.
But even let's say like this, if that's
I'm an artist full time, bro.
Let's say if like you did what some people do, where they consider that's extra. If that's the extra you need to get you over the hump, what's wrong with that?
But I don't have a hump. I'm fine. I'm fine. There's no hump. This Sunday, not Wednesday. I'm fine, bro.
It's fucking Sunday. Listen, as long as you're not a motherfucker with 150 IG accounts stalking your ex.
It's like
this guy. We might as well just put veered off topic 1, 2, and 3 for these subjects. Put what they originally
I
were.
put the fucking title on the screen.
Oh man, this stupid fucking fucking OBS.
I'll just add off the rails in parentheses.
Nah, this ain't even off the rails, nigga. This is what did I say before that? I said it at the end of this. We'll figure it out. You gotta play that back, and you'll hear what I said.
You know what? We should release.
This wasn't off the rails.
We need to release all 3 of these podcasts and call it as a series, part 1, 2, and 3. Any given Sunday.
Nigga, I don't know. But see, here's the thing. I don't know if we can get sued for that. I really don't want to, but I think one of these stupid rappers did that and got away with it, calling his mixtape something that, man.
Yeah, I think
let's just double check.
It's too far. It's how old is that movie?
Like 25 years. Came out like 98.
They probably, the trademark's not even still active.
You sure?
Like after a while, they don't protect it anymore. Like you can fucking do whatever you want.
Nigga, I want to agree here, but I don't want to agree on mic, so I'm not on the ropes if we get fucking flagged again. Could we look that up? And if it's not, I'm good with it. If it is.
But like the song that I just wrote, Space Jam, that you told me to not call it Space Jam.
To put the hyphen.
I'm going to call it Lightyear and in parentheses, a Space Jam. Because it's a space jam. So, song about space.
I mean, it would have been doper last year in the actual leap year or some shit. That's crazy. That's dope. I got to piss, man. So right here, this is what we calling it, man. Y'all know y'all get everything Bud and Roach related over at BudandRoach.com.
Follow us at Bud and Roach on Instagram.
Because we do the fucking, you heard?
Thank you for tuning in to the Bud and Roach Show.